previously on Pay the Invoice. Walk into a local business and get an interview with them.
Potentially getting rejected, I don't like it.
Gonna be a millionaire, this shit's easy.
Let's go in there. This time,
Hackathoning, funnel hacking.
He just looks like a kid who's working from his bedroom.
So I had all kinds of ideas about how I could get him back.
This is almost like an Auckland institution.
I liked how we started off at the proper one and they thought we were drunk just because of who we are.
Hi, my name is Kat Howell, and about a year ago, I decided to invite 7 budding agency owners down to New Zealand to work one-on-one with me. Over the next 8 weeks, I'm going to be taking them through various strategies to help them build their businesses up and giving away a $1,000 cash prize to whoever can hit those benchmarks for that week. This is their stories, and this is Pay the Invoice. Week 6, we are almost at the end of our journey, and because of that, I can sense kind of a panic setting in on the group. You know, they're freaking out a little bit knowing that the end is almost near, so my job this week is going to be to basically snap them out of that and refocus them on the bigger picture. They're trying to run a marathon, not necessarily a sprint here. Also, what we're going to be looking at this week is processes or processes, whatever you want to call them. And I hated this stuff when I was getting set up because I didn't understand it at all. And I'm not really, my mind doesn't think like that. A lot of entrepreneurs don't think like that. But if you want to get out of the implementation stage, these are fundamental. And we overcomplicate this so much. But the point is you just get started with it. So week 6, processes and helping the group morale get back on track. Here we go.
Is the nose all right?
I need to talk slower so you can cut anywhere.
How are you feeling?
So even though it's early in the week, this week has already been by far more amazing than any other week, almost combined in terms of results. I feel like every other week I've just had no traction and just been putting out tons of time and work and just not seeing anything out of it. But I've had a lot of businesses I've been talking to now. I have my pipeline, filled up, and I have a bunch of calls scheduled, and I even have a couple proposal calls to pitch some businesses. So things are going a lot better now.
My funnel's slowed down, and the leads aren't coming through quite as well. So I'm kind of having an internal battle at the moment.
My time is running pretty short, but I'm still positive.
I think everyone's mindset is still a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago, and I think a big thing was Kat coming in and saying, hey, we need to focus on this shit.
Because I live here, and so it's been a massive roller coaster these last 6 weeks, right? So there's just been days where I'll be frustrated because I feel like I could be doing more, but I can't because the kids are around and there's other things that need to happen. They're all gonna have to get back to reality. I'm already in reality, so I'm learning to juggle that. I don't have a lead, I don't have a second call, I don't have any money in the bank. So to say that with only 3 weeks to make that happen is tough.
this week what we're going to be looking at is processes, your operations. So what's going to be happening now that your funnels are live, you're getting on sales calls, clients are going to come in. And what you don't want to have happen is clients coming in and your business isn't ready to service them, to get them the results, and also to function as a team properly.
You think that everyone hates doing processes and detail, but they don't. Some people love doing that shit.
I don't have a perfect process yet.
I've got the vision in my head of the business of where I want it to go. I've got my core values, which I have personally, which will kind of translate into the business, but none of it's written down.
Just like with processes and systems, just getting that out of my head and getting that written down, specifically what I want so that, the more people I onboard into my company, I'm able to actually deliver something to them and say, hey, look, read this, go through this, watch this video, and this is what I want, this is what I expect, and I want you to be on board with this vision and this goal and this path of this company.
I spent the whole weekend building it all out. So now that I have everything in place, now I feel I'm ready to onboard like 10 clients right now.
This week, we're going to basically be hackathoning, funnel hacking your own funnels, but you're going to be building the funnels of someone else. Whoever gets the first 2 leads from the funnel that they have built for someone else is gonna win $1,000 cash prize.
When you're doing your own stuff, you're so enmeshed in what you're doing that oftentimes you don't see the bottlenecks properly, and this exercise in itself is going to force them to improve that skill set or build upon that muscle because they're having to do it for someone else.
Who is your funnel and what are they kind of helping you out with?
I picked Derek out of the pot. So I had all kinds of ideas about how I could get him back, which was just targeting, you know, completely the wrong people and messing his life up, but I decided to be nice.
The biggest thing she's helping with is not touching the ads. So I think my biggest tendency is to like touch them too soon or just like kind of play around with them a little bit too much.
Right, I do this, this and this. It was like half an hour, I was like, done.
Currently Jake he's had no leads whatsoever, so it's a really case of like going in, seeing what the bottlenecks were within his actual ad account.
It was like I knew in the back of my head I should have been changing a few things, and then Lewis kind of swept in and kind of reconfirmed a lot of that stuff, and was able to kind of like take his skill sets and quickly fix my weak points. So it was really nice pairing up with him.
His case study for one was like, it's an amazing case study. I think they generated like $750,000 for one of his clients, and then he's done like a Loom video of himself speaking about it. But the Loom video is him with a little snapback on backwards. He just looks like a kid who's working from his bedroom, when in essence that's not the case whatsoever. He's probably in like the top 10% in the world for Facebook advertisement, and that's what he kind of needs to get across.
It was nice just kind of seeing his perspective and him able to like clean up a few small things where I didn't think it was important, but I think it was making a huge difference comparing his funnel to mine and seeing those small little tweaks.
Did they tell you?
Tell me what?
They told you.
Tell me what goal.
They told you, didn't they? I've wasted a couple $1,000, literally, and Sean noticed that. I thought she was messing with me, and then I was like, no, there's no way I missed that. There's no way I missed that.
Testing Coast Funnel on my mobile phone, I realized his button didn't work. So 2 buttons out of 3 didn't work. So that was a big issue. And that's probably why a lot of people didn't go to the next step because they can't.
I am working on Lewis's funnel. He's getting leads like crazy. There's just a tiny little bottleneck, but like, you know, he had a lead come through in the 15 minutes he and I and Kat were talking. So he's like, this could be your money. I'm like, oh, it would be nice. So we'll see.
This is the first week that I actually don't want to win. I want Cole to win it because it means that I've got 2 really good leads through. Cole needs a bit of a boost, I think.
Waiheke, it's about a half-hour boat ride, and then on the island, we're gonna go visit some vineyards. I've been to Waiheke like almost 20 times. I've never walked away from that island without being extremely wasted.
All right, guys, shut the fuck up. No. This is almost like an Auckland, New Zealand institution. I come here almost once a year. So today, what I would just encourage you, just have a good time.
Waiheke is an opportunity to enter a state of flow with the assistance of wine.
I think because we were on like the minibus and stuff, it had a real like school trip feel to it. It was a really nice atmosphere. Everyone was just like happy and chill. When we got to the first vineyard, I think we were all slightly giddy.
I liked how we started off at the proper one. where we weren't supposed to drink a whole lot, and they thought we were drunk just because of who we are. She's like, oh, this is your first one? Oh, you guys are just really fucked up. Awesome.
I wasn't sure if I was going to ask if things were vegan, and it turned out none of the wine at all, not a single wine from all the places was vegan. So I had some good beer.
I can't really tell if what makes a good wine, why it was a good wine, things like that. So I think, and then yeah, why they charge so much for sometimes a bottle of wine that tastes just different. It's almost like a preference thing.
That makes me kind of wondering, oh, what should I pair with my food and to choose wisely.
It started to piss down with rain, which is unfortunate, but honestly, it was more about the company than it was about that or the weather itself.
We tried something there, and it was the slippery oyster, and it was basically an oyster in a shot of Chardonnay.
But I really liked it. I think it was called a slippery salve.
Shot, shake, chew, swallow. Do you chew an oyster? No, you don't chew an oyster.
I mean, it's like, it's good. I don't know if I would have that every day.
And just kind of felt like a loogie in a glass of wine, to be honest.
Somebody bought wine along the way. There was bottles of wines, there was no glasses, so we were just swigging wine straight from the bottles, driving around Waiheke.
So I had this earmarked as my week, but I also had a really important client call very early on the Saturday morning. And as much as the kind of 20-year-old me was going, I don't care, you know, I'm just gonna enjoy myself and I'll just deal with it and I'll just get through the client call, the actual aged me was saying, no, come on, this is like important, this is a client. I was up bright and early, I felt fine on Saturday, and I don't think they can all say the same.
I think it's really interesting to see from like the first day that we all met to this winery tour, and then beyond that, everyone says, hey, you know, you become the 5 people you hang around with the most. I think it's really important to have that group of people who is positive and like, you know, who is actually helping improve your mindset, helping improve like what you're doing, your skill set, whatever it might be. I think it's really, really important to have, and having that here has been really cool.
Congratulations, Ms. Shaw, on winning the 2 leads from the funnel competition. So Shaw got 2 leads for Cole building his funnel, so well done. You got yourself a $1,000 prize.
So what day had you actually won?
Not Wednesday, last Wednesday. But I didn't know for the whole week. I was like, please, come on, one more lead. So the whole week I was like, oh, positive thinking, meditation.
So before Shao found the bottleneck and the issue in my funnel, since people weren't actually able to successfully opt in, I wasn't seeing anything coming in. So it was essentially just a couple $100 spent each day and no leads whatsoever coming from the funnel. All my leads were coming from other sources. Now I'm actually seeing leads coming in from that source and from my funnel.
Next time on Pay the Invoice.
I believe that I've learned everything that I can learn, right?
It was too much for me to handle.
I'm nervous. It still absolutely stinks.
Oh yeah, we've got more money we gotta split up.
I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And he's like, yeah, hi, bye.
Really nice. And it's an aphrodisiac as well.
Lucky for you tonight.
I'll take that.
Listen, I'm actually really sober right now, so there's no point in recording me.